Can Ghana rise without a United African? Ghana can rise, but the extent of rising. Ghana will rise, but still be shallow. I keep asking myself that, so that age, what are they doing? When they go for their conferences, what have they been discussing? It's about time that they sit down, bring out policies that affect all African countries, all hands on desk, then do something for those European countries to know that indeed we are united and we are ready to do something.
We can unite, but it's the leaders. Muammar Gaddafi tried this, but he was killed through our own leaders. Ibrahim Traoré was about to be assassinated through our own people.
Who believes that Africa needs to be liberated?
Russia.
Russia?
His Excellency Vladimir
So you believe
Putin.
that Russia wants to help liberate Africa?
Yes. Because the West has exploited so much from Africa. Looking at
But you don't think Russia wants to exploit Africa?
Russia wants to also exploit Africa in a way, but not as the West wants to exploit.
I believe it's a lie.
Okay.
Nobody has anybody's interests. This is, in a way, it is called neocolonialism. Go to the mining communities. See the people that they are arresting. Chinese. Are they black people? No. I still suggest the fact that we as African continent, we still believe that we can't progress without the influence of, the Westerners. That is why you think that Russia has your interest. That is why you think that China has your interest. But if you look at it deep down, you realize that no one has your interest.
When they see that you are not in good terms with US, then Russia will come, pretending to be good to you so that they will get your side. When US also sees that, you're also not in good terms with China or Russia, they also come to you. So Africans, we should be enlightened that this is what these people are doing. Nobody has our interest at heart. Apart from me like this, telling me Africans should unite at this age where I've heard so many things, it won't happen. Because already we are saying that Nigerians are wicked. We have that in mind, that Nigerians are wicked. We can never be united unless it takes grace, miracle.
Say President Trump is my role model. I like him so much.
How many of you know have heard of Kwame Nkrumah? Oh, wow. Come on. Kwame Nkrumah. Okay. What do you all think about him? Okay. Here you go. Cool.
Hi, I'm Sandra Babu-Boateng.
Sandra?
Yeah.
Oh, my namesake. Hello, Sandra.
Hi.
Yes.
And I think Kwame Nkrumah was a great leader. It's just that his vision was too big. Because he wanted the whole of Africa, but then I think he should have focused on Ghana first before being able to go to other countries and tell them that this is what we want for Africa. So I think he could have done better. He did well. He did great. He could have excelled really well if he had taken his time and been more practical with what he wanted to do.
Interesting. Does anybody have another perspective on that or want to add to that?
As to answer, can Ghana rise without a United African? Ghana can rise, but the extent of rising. Ghana will rise, but still be shallow. So Ghana cannot really do well and compete with these international people like United States of America. That's the issue.
So you believe in the power of a united Africa?
Sure. And that's one thing that makes me love Kwame Nkrumah. And I believe in that ideology. Nkrumah foresaw that a time will come that Africa will need to unite. So as at the early 1960s, he was preaching, but they were not buying into his ideology until he was overthrown and died before they started this whole African Union thing. So I believe Africa needs to unite before we can be able to compete with those countries.
Do you think that needs to be a priority?
Very, 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 very.
For who?
For all African countries. So it's about time that all African countries, they will come together. And I mean, I keep asking myself that, so that age, what are they doing? When they go for their conferences, what have they been discussing? I just ask myself these questions every day.
Yeah.
It's about time that they sit down, bring out policies that affect all African countries, all hands on desk, then do something for those European countries to know that indeed we are united and we are ready to do something
What
better.
role would you like to see Ghana take, right, in that effort? Because one country has to lead the charge, and I think that's what Kwame Nkrumah tried to do, to be the leader. Would you like to see Ghana today, our current government, maybe, take the lead on that in some form or shape?
Sure, because probably we brought the ideology. If Nkrumah brought it, then Ghana. So I will really be happy if Ghana will be the sole man leading everything, financing things, then we take it from there. Nkrumah started doing that. Nkrumah started doing that. We can do it. We can do it. Yeah, so that's what currently we have a club, I think, an organization called Harakatis and Mugano. They are all over the world trying to impart or inculcate the idea of integration, African integration into the minds of young Ghanaians. So I mean, it's ongoing. Just that I think it's on the low.
Okay.
But
Anybody
Ghana,
wants to add to
African
that? Does anybody have an alternative? Okay. There you go.
Okay, so with regards to unity, I think there is no need for a particular country to lead a charge. That is why we've made provision for ECOWAS, AU, as you said, and then all of that. These are people that are responsible for Africa's unity. And then they are just living a diplomatic responsibilities. They've taken up their positions and then they are just living in it. They are supposed to bring policies that are going to make the members, the leaders of the various countries that form membership of that union or organization function as they've placed on paper, on records. Most of the things that they presume to do are just theoretical. They are supposed to, get things done on ground. Borders that are various countries that should, neighbor countries that when you are going, you shouldn't even suffer in crossing the borders and then all of that.
And all of
exactly. That, among African countries, they are facing all those problems, and then we look forward that there should be unity among these countries. So I think AU and then all those organizations that have been placed in charge to make sure that countries in Africa unite should work as much as possible to make all these things happen.
Thank you. What do you all think about Ibrahim Traoré? Okay, go for it.
I want to talk
Add
about
to that and
yes.
then answer.
Okay, what he's saying, this all boils down to ethics. We can unite, but it's the leaders. You see, Muammar Gaddafi tried this, but he was killed through our own leaders. Ibrahim Traoré was about to be assassinated through our own people. One of his closest bodyguards was given $5 million to assassinate him. But he told him, take the money, bring it, and we use it to develop our country. So this all boils down to our ethics. If we have the ethics, we can do it. Because we will try, and then the West, right, we'll use their people. I think the US Secretary of State recently tried to, I don't know, he was threatening the Sahel state, or I don't know, but he was threatening them that what Traoré is doing is bad. Look at President Trump's inauguration. He didn't invite any African leader, but then he secretly invited Ibrahim Traoré to come. Why? Upon all these are leaders, Tinubu, His Excellency, the President of Ghana, Paul Biya, and all these African leaders, why did he want Ibrahim Traoré?
Why do you think?
I think, to me, when I say it, I cannot tell you. Because, yes, but we all know why we wanted him to go there, which is so bad. And then Ibrahim Traoré, his initiative that has brought is very, very good. Together with the Nigerian president and the Mali, the Sahel state, it's very, very good because they want to, develop the country, unite the people. Recently, I think he built a tomato factory in the country. And looking at the previous government, when he came, he didn't do anything. He did. Not Ghana, please, sorry. Of the Burkinabe. He did, but then this about 3 years of this Ibrahim Traoré being the leader, he has done so much for the country. I think recently they imported heavy machinery which pass through our ports to Burkina Faso. Just our port. I believe the president knows that. The president of, though he's my president, but then I believe he knows that it was used through our ports, where they could have also thought and also brought this same initiative to help our farmers. Now we import all these, our onion, everything from Niger and Burkina Faso. If they say they have stopped exporting them to Ghana, these onions will be very expensive. But then these countries are seemed to be poor. Why? Because the West exploits from them. They exploit so much, especially from Nigeria. They take so much of their oil to France, to Germany, through Niger. And I think when the coup d'etat came on, they stopped that. And France wanted still to channel their ways to get to Nigeria to take their oil, to exploit them illegally. And which is so bad. As I said, like, all these boils down to ethics.
Yeah.
Coming up, I turn to the students for their take on a big question: China and Russia's growing influence in Africa. Is this the start of a true win-win partnership, or just a new form of colonialism? The answers might surprise you.
There are two countries in particular that are growing their influence in Africa: China and Russia. Right?
Yeah.
I want to hear your perspectives on that. And which country today do you believe has Africa's best interest at heart?
I think it's
Who
Russia.
wants to-
I think it's Russia because China and Russia are in BRICS, right? So I think they have this alliance. That is Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. And with South Africa in there, I think they represent Africa as a whole, to me. So I think Russia and China can come together to make this initiative happen. And most of these coup d'etat happening are all supported, some are supported by the Russians, because they believe that Africans need to be liberated. We have suffered so much from the West. And if, you see, looking at this perspective, they all channeled
Who
it
believes that
illegally.
Africa needs to be liberated?
Russia.
Russia?
His Excellency
So
Vladimir
you believe
Putin.
that Russia wants to help liberate
Yes.
Africa?
Because the West has exploited so much from Africa. Looking at
But you don't
recent,
think Russia wants to exploit Africa?
Russia wants to also exploit Africa in a way, but not as the West wants to exploit. Because recently I watched a documentary, and there's a gold that dates way back to colonization that was found in one of the British museums, which was $1.2 billion. What is it doing there? What is it doing there? Which could have been brought to Ghana, it would have increased our economy, would have done something in our economy. What is it doing in the British Museum? And it has been boldly tagged as this is from Ghana, which is bad.
But you don't, okay, so you believe Russia has better intentions for
Yes,
Africa?
Russia
Okay.
and China.
Who wants to challenge that or add to that? Go for it.
I believe it's a lie.
Okay. Go for it. Why?
Nobody has anybody's interests.
Because why?
Nobody has anyone's interest. This is, in a way, it is called neocolonialism. They are just trying to rebrand colonialism to look modern. So they are trying to modernize colonialism. I think if you look at what they are doing, you say China has Africa's interests, Russia has African interests. Go to the mining communities. See the people that they are arresting. Chinese, are they black people? No, they are, no, wait, it's a question, it's a rhetorical question. You get it? It means that none of these people, has anybody's interest. It's just that you're trying to rebrand colonialism to look like as if it is something that, and if you read history well, you realize that when these Portuguese, our former colonial masters, when they came, it's the same method they use. They came trying to, act like as if they are the God, they want to help us and all this. This is where Africa comes in. And we're talking about Traoré and then, Nkrumah and all that. You see, the reality is nobody has anyone's interest. Why will Traoré go and import things from a foreign country? They could have done it here. Why? I still suggest the fact that we as African continent, we still believe that we can't progress without the influence of, the Westerners. That is why you think that Russia has your interest. That is why you think that China has your interest. But if you look at it deep down, you realize that no one has your interest. It is you who has your interest. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Yes, you would go for it.
So if you read history, there was an agreement they signed. I think it's called the Agreements of Berlin, where they signed and Berlin Conference, where they signed and divided African countries. That is what is happening right now. So when they see that you are not in good terms with US, then Russia will come, pretending to be good to you, so that they will get your side. When US also sees that, oh, you are also not in good terms with China or Russia, they also come to you. So Africans, we should be enlightened that this is what these people are doing. Nobody has our interest at heart. None of them. In the long run, they will extract us. That's what they are doing. And I will say it emphatically. In the long run, they will extract us.
Do you think that if Africa were to unite, there would be a way to manage or handle? I mean, right now, Africa doesn't really have a strong presence on the global stage, right?
Sure.
Do you think that has something to do with it? Because they're still operating as individual countries instead of a united, powerful continent?
So this is a question you should be asking yourself. You should all be asking ourselves that. We should all be asking. Just imagine Africa united. So this the obvious answer is yes.
Yeah.
Because just imagine African countries united, and we are all pulling resources together, leading the front. Things wouldn't be like how it is now.
Yeah.
I mean, when these people are even coming, they'll be afraid, because if it's happening, so that means most of the things that we are importing from them, most of the favors that we are getting from them, we will be getting ourselves. There are some grants that they are giving us, they will be giving us again, because we will be getting our own grants.
Yeah.
So these people try to be like they like you, giving you grants, giving you monies, and eventually squeezing you. That's what they are doing.
So what would you all like to see? What would you all like to see?
As in, see what? Solutions
Where
to...
do we go from here?
Stop this thing.
To stop all of it. What would you represent the future.
Sure.
You can shape the future.
Sure.
So what needs to happen for you all to see or build the future that you want to see? What do we do?
I believe that Africans should be strong and to avoid all forms of unnecessary influence that these people are building on them. So if we have a little that we think, that small that we have, we can make use of it and develop the country. Let us use that one, than to go for some grants that after that, then you will be in chain. You have to bid to whatever they say. So our leaders should be strong in their policies and whatever they think they are doing, and should avoid some things that are of no necessary to the country. I think if you are doing so, that will help.
Thank you. I'll go around. Yep.
All right. And then I also think that the unity must start in our own countries. Example, here in Ghana, before they go to the UN or AU to agree, it will come to Parliament. We should think about Ghana first instead of those political parties. Okay, we are in power. If we do this, it will go against this or this. The unity must start within the country as well.
Thank you.
Yeah, I agree with him. The unity must start here. We must first fix ourselves. We have a lot of problems. Ghana is dealing with a lot. And I think before we would move on, we first have to look at ourselves. We have to retrospect and introspect ourselves, and then look at how best we can pull our interests together, and then revisit what Nkrumah foresaw as a united Africa. That's all I have to say.
Yes.
I think one thing that we can do, going back to you mentioning about AI, we have AI here to help us. I mean, there's different aspects that you can use AI for to help better your country. And I also think to look and see what is benefiting the other countries in the world and take notes from that and build Ghana better, because I see different things that Ghana could change. And it's not like we don't have some resources to do it ourselves. I think it's the mindset and the fact that people rather put money into different things, which in the long run won't help us, but harm us instead. So I think you have AI here. AI can help you. I was telling my parents earlier, I don't know if anybody's familiar with the movie Gremlins. If you take care of it well, you understand what you're supposed to do with it, it will benefit you. But if you don't, it will go against you and even ruin you. So I think you have that. Learn the good things from the Western countries, not all the craziness that they have all of over there, because we ourselves are worrying too much of the things that we need to do. Like, we need to have constant electricity, constant water. So we shouldn't take all the crazy stuff that's happening in the Western countries, only take how they have the infrastructure and the good things of how they run their countries and implement that in Ghana. and see if we can start at a very young age to be teaching practical things that we're actually going to use in life, not theoretical things that is just, oh, I know this and I know that, but won't actually benefit you when you become an adult. And I think that should be starting from kids as young as 3 years old, as young as we're able to comprehend what you are doing. It should start there, practical things that we use later on in our life.
Oh,
That's what I think.
You guys are incredible. Go for
Okay,
it.
so I would add up and I would say that let us love our own. Because if you are going to buy something and say that this is made in Ghana, no, this one there will spoil easy. This one is made in China, yeah, this one is the correct one. Please, let us love our own. If we start loving our own, we will send it out, and then when we want to portray that image of United Africa, we will love our own, so that they would not come and bring those things. Because there was Nigeria and then Benin. They were producing rice, but then Benin find a way to bring their rice into Nigeria. So Nigeria had to bring a quota there that Benin, you shouldn't bring your rice. We would eat our rice. If you compare the rice of Benin and Nigeria, Benin has a higher quality rice than Nigeria. But then the government took a bold step to say that let me put a quota there. We will eat our own. So I think that is what we have to portray. Let us eat our own. Yes.
Look, you see,
Say that. Can you say that? What do you mean by that?
So she's saying that, I think she gave an example saying that Benin rice got into the Nigerian space and the Nigerian government had to say that, but this, you want United Africa. United Africa with restrictions. I'm not fighting you all. With restrictions, saying that we should not allow your rice to come. So that means when your people are also going, you see that we don't like your people.
Yeah.
You don't want rice, but you don't like people. Now it becomes, so that's why we are not growing, and it will take a long time.
Yeah.
And this no, you see, this thing had started not now, Nkrumah, 1960, and we are still here. And it will take a very long time before Africa can unite. Very, very long time. And I like the word my sister used. It will be a miracle. Maybe one day we will all wake up. Then we must start from the scratch. I mean, those that they've not given birth to them, those who are inside the womb, then you should start saying this thing in their ears inside the womb, telling them. So when they inside the womb, you'll be telling them. When they are coming out, you'll be telling them around. So by the time they get to 60s, then they have that in their mind.
Wow.
As apart from me like this, telling me Africans should unite at this age where I've heard so many things. Oh, it won't happen. Because already we are saying that Nigerians are wicked. We have that in mind, that Nigerians are wicked. So me, Nigerian person, I don't like him or her, because we say the person is wicked. So I mean,
Nigerians are wicked. Ghanaians think Nigerians are wicked?
It's some it's a popular saying.
Oh, it's the
perception.
Okay,
Popular saying that
I see.
they have a name called Abidjan. Abidjan people, Abidjan. They say if you are with them and you don't take it, they can kill you. They have no sense of humor. They can kill you. And all these things are there. All these things because of some.
So if we have this perception about each other,
the country can never be united unless it takes grace. Miracle.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, I'm going to go over here.
So I think that this whole thing about Africa, I think we don't even understand what unity is. Yes, that is the problem that we are facing as Africans. The problem is that when we ask you that we want Africa to unite, you think that when we say that, oh, maybe we should come together and form one. If it comes to coming together and forming one, we have the AU there. They've come together and trying to maybe form something. When we talk about unity among West Africans, we have the ECOWAS there. They have come together trying to form something. But what are they doing? They are not doing anything. So the reality is that the fact that we said unity, we should unite together, does not mean that you can just do anything. If we understand unity, you understand that even if a rhetorical question, the fact that I am united with you, I'm close to you, does it mean that I should open my door for you to enter my room at 12:30 p.m. a.m.? No, that does not mean unity. So I think that we don't even understand what the unity is. If you tell me that I should open my border for you to come anytime you want, that means you yourself, you don't even understand it. You get it? There is more definition to the unity that we want as Africans than what our leaders are telling us. Everybody, let's unite. Everybody mount podium, let's unite, let's unite. That is not the unity. You get it? There are more factors than what we see. The African continental free trade that we are talking about, that is Africans want to come together by, making it possible to, our fellow Africans to trade among ourselves. This bill have been passed at EU, they've accepted it. But yes, still it is not working.
Yeah.
We have the after secretariat. They have office here in Ghana.
You know, one of the architects is Ghanaian, right?
Yes.
Who? Who knows? Who? Dave? David, no. Alan Tremonti?
Yeah, oh, okay,
Yeah,
that's
he was one
good.
of the key architects.
He said
of
that,
the-
he has done
Go
well.
for it.
So I think that,
But I love how you all said yes.
so I personally think that, for instance, this African continental free trade is a good policy that, it can help Africa.
Yeah.
Okay. But why is it not kind of working? It's just there, it's not actively working.
Yeah.
People have signed, most of the countries have signed contracts that, they would like to implement it and that, but then it's not working. They're just doing it as a framework to, make people see that we are working. I think we have to sit down as, students, as, to even think about what African unity is. It's not what you go and read in their social studies or, political science textbook can come and tell me. We have to sit down and then, analyze some of these things well.
How many of you have read Africa Must Unite by Kwame Nkrumah? No one. Wow. Wow. It's not available to read?
It's expensive.
It's expensive. Okay. So Nkrumah has the blueprints, right, for what that looks like, what Africa unification looks like. That's a book everyone should read. But let's keep going. Yes.
I think I'll touch on what he said pertaining to the rice matter. Unity doesn't mean I have to always depend on you. So before we even unite, I think we have to be kind of independent. As in, the individual states have to be even independent before we unite, because if the African free trade area we talked about, I'm not always coming to you to take something from you. I have to get something to exchange for. So if I have this, I have to do it well, manage it well, make the quality a little bit better. Because she said Benin rice is better than Nigerian rice. I think the initiative Nigerian took to stop Benin from bringing their rice inside was, I don't think it's ill. I think it's right, because I have to improve my rice to make it better. And I feel like we should unite, but it doesn't necessarily mean I have this, I'll not do this, I'll not make it better, I'll not improve it and be depending solely on you. That's how I feel.
Okay. Yes. You know why?
Okay, thank you very much. I would say a few things. And number one, change. You've all spoken about change. And I believe that always in Africa, I've not traveled outside Ghana before, but I would speak based on that. In Ghana, we go for seminars, summits, conferences all the time. We are here. They'll go out right now. The same things they are doing. And the same thing they will do today. Why don't we start the change with ourselves? The change doesn't start from anywhere. It starts with you. If you spoke about politicians and all that, you are not the future leader. You are the leader today. You are the leader today. What influence are you making? We have religious people here. You want to convert people into your religion. What do you do to convert them? If you changed, that is how you would influence him to also change. But because he's corrupt, you are going to also do it. And the only thing you're going to do is talk. In Africa, we have talkers. We don't have doers. That's what we do in this continent. We've talked about unity. We are focusing on the business aspect. What the unity we are talking about is one ideology, not businesses. What are you bringing? Why are you doing this? That one is going to be the Western people, what they are doing also. Because they're also doing the same. We are bringing something on the table. What are you also bringing? Let's exchange. That is it. We can say we are united with them. No. Nkrumah believed in one ideology. That is the principle. Before we believe that we all can do something together. That is the only way Africa can only unite.
How many of you agree with him, what he's saying? With everything that he's saying, who agrees with him? Okay.
And you see, when you started the conversation, you asked about work. You see, everything we've spoken about here has boiled back down to our home. You go in there to go and work. You'll get there and change your mind. You won't come back again. You won't come back. You won't come back again.
Yeah.
So as I end, I would say that the change starts from you. As you move outside here, don't make it as you came from for an interview or anything. Change it yourself. You can't not to go and work somewhere. You can be in your country. That is the reason why she spoke about AI. You can know what is going on in China with your phone.
Yeah.
Learn it here. Put the human resources together. That is the only way we can unite and work and get the Africa we want. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. So we have to, I wish we could continue really quickly. Yeah.
So I agree with everything he said, but he's still stressing on the point that there's no need for us to travel to go there. I don't think that thing is correct.
That one you don't agree with.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Because we need to learn. And learning doesn't mean we should be at our place. We can go and explore. Nkrumah foresaw this and was sending people to Cuba, as my sister was saying. So for that one, they're saying that there's no need traveling. No. Ghanaians, it's about time we travel to go and see.
Yeah.
We travel to go and ask, why this thing is happening? Why are they developing? How were you able to do this? You yourself, you see it with your eyes.
Yeah.
Then you come back and implement it. But the issue has to do with who are you sending? I think that is what our leaders should be more careful who they send so that they will come back. That's the issue. But we should travel. We should travel.
Very well said. Very well said.
Coming up, I asked the students for their candid thoughts on a hot topic, President Trump. What do they really think about the U.S. president and his new policies toward Africa? And more importantly, what type of partnerships will they like to see between Africa and the United States?
I want to play a quick game with you all, right? And I'm just going to come around with the mic. I'll ask a question and just give the first thing that comes to mind, okay? What do you think about President Trump? Who wants to answer that? Who has... Go.
See, President Trump is my role model.
He's what?
My role model.
He's your role model.
Yes, I like him so much because first of all, his policies he brought before coming to power, like the passing of the Bitcoin strategic reserve and, his policies of sacking immigrants from America, deporting them back to their countries is very, very, very good. Because, America has been, just like, right now, it's ranked among the top countries in the world with a lot of crime, with high crime rates. You're looking at these states, Ohio, Nebraska, and all these states. They have high crime rates. And then most of these crimes alleged are caused by or are brought by these immigrants. That is why he brought this initiative to deport them. And then when he brought this, I think he was about to be assassinated in Pennsylvania, Butler, when he went for one of his campaigns. Why? Because they have seen that his policies he has brought are so much, it will help the country in a way. And then he even brought the richest man in the world, Elon Musk, on board to help him run his policies and stuff. But later on along the line, Elon Musk wants to use this opportunity to benefit himself. So he has to cut him off.
Really?
Yes, because he wants the betterment of the country. Because he already had his money. He was a billionaire before he came to power. And I think his first term, he lost over $1 billion off his net worth. And now he has come again. I think he's gaining it because his son, Eric Trump, Barron, and the rest are helping him try to build up.
Okay, I'm curious. Where do you all get, where do you get your information from mostly? What is your source of news nowadays? CNN? Okay, where do you go?
I think CNN, BBC. I follow Trump exactly on Twitter and his son, so I normally get most of my news from.
Okay, interesting. Yeah. Anybody has another? Okay, Samara, I'd love to hear your thoughts.
As a Ghanaian American myself and someone who lives between Ghana and in New York City, I would definitely say that President Trump has some interesting policies, some that I agree with and some that I do not. For me, I think that some of the things that President Trump is doing, it's going in the right direction. I understand what he's trying to do. Like, for example, if you want to talk about the illegal immigrants, maybe the fact that it's overpopulating cities, and like the fact that you don't want illegal people coming in unregistered. You don't know what they're doing and how that could impact your country negatively, because America always has violence on its own. We don't want any extra violence coming from other people. But I also do think that some of the other things that he's trying to do, I'm like, I don't understand how that's possible. That may affect people. And then the fact that, let's say the public education and how he wants to take the public schools away. As someone who is actually in a public school right now, I see so much opportunities that can come from that. And if you take that away, what is going to happen to the kids that have special needs when it comes to the educational side, with kids that have autism or dyslexia or have troubles learning because of trauma that they faced at home? They can't go to private schools because they price it way too high. And then what else is left? Charter schools, you have to have a certain level of brilliance for that, as someone who comes from a charter school as well. So I think that I don't agree with. So he is definitely an interesting president. I agree with some of the policies he has. I disagree with others. And like I said before, it's best to take what is actually benefiting the country and learn how to adapt it for Ghana. But that is all I'll say.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, great. My next question. Oh, sorry. Here, I'll come to you. Promise you. Here you go. Yes. What do you think?
I just wanted to add up to the Trump issue.
Yeah.
I think that it depends on your priorities and experiences. So for him, he thinks that he's just wanting the betterment of the country in terms of security and the like. But when it comes down to a Ghanaian like me who wants to, for instance, if I want to go abroad to study, it will be a disadvantage to me, because if the visas are delaying, I will not be fine. I will be thinking about this. I'll be bothered about it. So to me, it's not good for me per my priorities. But for him, he's doing what he thinks is good for his country. But then when it comes to other Africans, not all of us go there to deal in drugs or go there to cause harm to the country. Some of us go for very good purposes. And even with those who study, some of them study and then they help the country as well, they help the USA. So I think he should also think about others, especially those who want to study abroad with the visas, the delay of the visas.
Good point. Good point. What do you all think about another big kind of policy or changes that he's made is he's completely cut development aid, right? USAID is gone. And as you all know, Africa was a big beneficiary of USAID. What do you all think about that? Was that a good move? Let me hear his perspective.
Yes, please. It's a good move.
Okay.
Because I think he's trying to, tell us or send an information to the African continent, especially that we as Africans, we should, be independent. Because it's not always that we are supposed to be dependent after claiming that we have gained independence. Because what's the sense, or what does it make sense to say that you are independent, but then you depend on other countries for some basic things? Okay, so he cutting that funding to the African continent is rather sending a strong information or like kind of message to the African continent that it's not always that we should, base on them for some of our finances and all that, and that as a continent or as countries in Africa, we can, generate our funds ourselves. And so far, there has not been any proper records that show that ever since USA ID cuts funding for maybe Ghana, a lot of people have died from that. This shows that it's a good thing. And now we can stand up and work as Ghanaians, as Africans, to generate funding for our basic needs like that, and not always depend on other, country like, America, as far as, the African independence is concerned.
What's your message for Trump? And how would you like to see him partner with Ghana or with Africa? Who has thoughts on that? Go for it.
I think, for me, I'm not in USA, so I don't know how it's affecting them positively or negatively, but I think so far, what he's doing to affect Africa is positive in my view, because if you are sucking the illegal immigrants from USA, it means you are telling them to come to Ghana. You're actually changing their mindset in a little bit to do things in a legal way. First thing, and the US aid he also touched on, I think cutting it will show us that we can do a lot of things on our own. We don't really need help every day from the Americans. So cutting the US aid, I know about the illegal immigrants, bringing them back, sacking people from the USA, bringing them back to Africa. We show them that, oh, maybe where I'm going to really seek help, I'm not getting that help from there. So I should come back and get help myself. So yeah, I think it will make us self-reliant.
Self-reliant. But how can America play a role? Okay, so he's cut aid, but what would you like to see in place of that? Is there something that you would like to see in place of that?
In place of the aid?
Yes, that you think would benefit the continent.
Benefit the
Yeah, anybody, it doesn't have to be you. Yes,
Wow.
go for it.
So, for instance, yesterday I read the news that Google has, kind of built an office here in Ghana to, kind of help with our IT. So it's a good thing. So America, for instance, as Africans as we are, as far as independence is concerned, they can the world is growing and AI is emerging. So they can even use that as an opportunity. Bring their AI things to help us in terms of our education, our farming, in terms of blockchain and all those things. I think technology-wise, they can help us with that. That's what we actually want, to invest in our economy in terms of technology and education so that we can be self-reliant and maybe do most of the things ourselves here instead of going there. That one will really help. So I think they should invest in our economy in terms of AI and then our education aspect.
Okay, great. Okay, go for it. Really quickly.
With the US aid, it is taxpayers' money, American taxpayers' money that they are using to fund African countries and others, right? And then I know the US needs money. That's why it has imposed tariffs on most of these countries to be able to gain a lot of money to fund their economy. So I think cutting the US aid is a very brilliant idea he brought up to, retain the money in the country. Because I think he said the audit made by Dodge, Advances of Government Efficiency, they send billions of dollars to most countries all in the name of US aid, funding HIV/AIDS. How can you tell me someone goes to have sex, gets HIV/AIDS, and I'm supposed to pay for the drugs they're supposed to be drinking to be able to be alive? Why am I supposed to pay for that? So it's taxpayers' money they are using, and then which is so appalling. So I think it's a good idea.
Okay, thank you. All right.
Coming up, the students open up like never before, sharing what truly makes them proud as Ghanaians, and yet still the fears that keep them up at night. And then we wrap up with their candid reflections on their hopes and dreams for their generation.
Anyone here, what makes you proud, very proud to be Ghanaian today? Anyone? Yes. You can go in and really fast. Give me fast answers, okay?
I think Ghana has the best food. The whole, I'm being serious about this. I like food. I have tasted food from the northern region. I've tasted food from
everywhere in the world.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
And I think Ghana has the best food. And we have beautiful places. The savannah is beautiful. The coast is beautiful. We have beautiful waterfalls. I just love being Ghanaian.
Oh.
So yes, I am Nana Madakwa Upokugwampo. No foreign name. Purely Ghanaian.
Oh, I love that. Yes.
I think the reason why I'm proud being a Ghanaian is that Ghana has a rich culture which we are portraying to the world outside, and I'm proud to be part of the rich culture of Ghanaians. So I'm proud to be a Ghanaian because we have a very rich culture which portrays respect, Hannah and other stuff, which truly build our moral values and other stuff. If you compare Ghana to other Western countries, like morally, we are morally well behaved and built than other Western countries, for instance.
Really? But you just said you're very corrupt too.
Then you see that problem is you see that one is a mentality that you see we are supposed to have leaders who are supposed to serve us, but then when they are looking for the opportunities, they claim to serve us, but after then they now take it to be a personal property. Like it's a family business. I have to make sure my family is well fed before the rest, which is not supposed to be the case. But it does not degrade the moral and the rich culture of the country.
Understood. Okay. All right, Samara.
I think what makes me proud to be a Ghanaian today is knowing how much we've actually contributed to the world, and knowing that our culture and our history is unique and very rich. I'm proud to be a Ghanaian because I see how much we've accomplished. and I see how much we can do in the future as long as we stay on the right path and the mindset is changed. And we have wonderful people like you guys who are voicing out your concerns, your opinions, and solutions. So that makes me proud to be a Ghanaian.
I love that. I love that. Okay. What is the biggest thing, one thing that keeps you up at night today? You worry so much about this, whether it's about your future, the present, anything at all. Who has something pressing that they don't say they will pass out right now? Who feels very strong? Okay.
Yeah. So when I sleep and I wake up in the night, one of the things I ask myself is, when is Bawumia coming to power?
Okay.
Because the man is rich in ideas. Muhammadu Bawumia.
Tell us more. Why?
This man, I've had the opportunity to meet him one-on-one. If you look at how rich in idea the man is and how,
You think he has good ideas?
I wish the man was the president of Ghana.
Really?
Seriously. I wish Ghanaian would give, so let me use this opportunity to tell Ghanaians that I wish Ghana, you give Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia the opportunity to be the leader of government business. And this country will never be the same. I know we are all saying that we want changes, we want Ghanaians to stay in Ghana. When Bawumia becomes the president, we will stay in Ghana. Because the kind of policies this man has, and even when he was the vice president, some policies that he implemented, I mean, no vice president has implemented more policies than Bawumia.
Wow. Who agrees?
So many people agree. I have
two people.
No,
okay, who disagrees? There are a lot of hands down.
So no one.
Who wants to? Okay, why do you disagree? You know what? Let me take it. Why do you disagree?
He's an NDC. He's an NDC.
Oh, okay. We were over here. He said, come again, what did you say?
I'm saying,
he said, what did you say?
So I'm saying that when I wake up in the night, one thing that always bothers my mind.
You heard that, right? Yeah, okay.
It's Bawumia becoming president.
We heard that.
Yeah, okay. We were here, Bawumia was the head of the economic management team, and the dollar got to almost 20 cedis. He told us he has arrested the dollar. But the dollar was skyrocketing. Yeah, inflation was also going high. So, I don't think we have to give the power to the MPP people again. I think the power is in the hands of the good people who the power is in the hands of good people, and we can see their policies manifesting. We can feel it in our pocket. Everything is working perfectly.
Okay, all right. Let him quickly respond. Let him quickly rebuttal, and then I'll bring it to you.
It's rather unfortunate when people try to say that Bawumia said that he will arrest the dollar, and he said it. He will arrest the dollar. As at the time Bawumia said that he will arrest the dollar, there was no Russian-Ukraine war. There was no COVID-19. All these things were things that we were not expecting, but came along the way. And during the Russia-Ukraine war, during this COVID-19 period, all countries around the world, we were feeling it, not only Ghana. Nigeria, things were, prices of goods and services were high there. But I mean, let us not say that because he said that and it happened this way, we are downlooking the knowledge and the good potentials the man has. I mean, let us give Bawumia a chance. Ghana will never be the same. I promise you.
Yes, really quickly.
Okay. I want to say what makes me not sleep at night.
Yeah.
I'll say Bitcoin. I'll say Bitcoin because
Bitcoin?
Yes, because Bitcoin fixed the world financial system now. Looking at fiat currencies, I can work let's say I'm 20 years now, and I work for the next 40 years. Inflation takes 20 years of my money that I've saved, which is so bad, and I think Bitcoin solves this. And I think President Trump is trying to use Bitcoin as an opportunity to also, I think, control the debt they have. Because I think US owes about $36 trillion. Most of us don't know that US owes, but we think US is...
They owe,
but the US owes $36 trillion. Ghana needs just about 0.01% of that amount. And we are good, right? I think Bitcoin is what makes me don't sleep. At night, I just go through a lot. Though I'm trying to accumulate some, but then I'm a student trying to accumulate a little because I know Bitcoin is the next gold. It's the future, actually. It's the future. So I use this opportunity to urge you all to start studying Bitcoin and acquire some for yourself. And the next thing is look for me and thank me somewhere. Thank you very much.
Wow, thank you. Okay, really quickly.
We like to, not trying to be too political, but then I want to make it clear to him that this is not me saying it, it's IMF that said that Mohammed's government sees Akufo-Addo administration as having played a key role in stabilizing the economy of Ghana. This is an IMF report. If you disagree with me, you can Google it and check. Also, earlier this year, the finance minister was granted an interview, and he personally said that he cannot say that Baumia's he cannot say that NPP government did not play a role in stabilizing this current CD thing. You have to, get facts before you start talking. Mahama, they just came and then they say they have done all this. But the IMF is trying to tell us that all this stability is because of the previous government. Okay? Let's make things clear so that we don't go about.
So what keeps you up at night?
Why? What keeps me awake at night is like we as youth in Ghana, for myself, we are not being involved in decision making. Everything is done right now on the age. Even if you want to become just a member of parliament, I think the age limit, if you want to become president, unless you are 40 and above and all that, those age limits and those kind of limitations, you go to parliament, and I think it's time that the parliament house, at least they should have a representative from every school. That is university. We have a parliament house here in the University of Ghana, University of Ghana Parliament House. I don't think there's any wrong if maybe within the year, during their parliamentary sitting, at least, they personally invite them to take part. What they call them to do is just come and observe. They don't take part in decision making. We don't take part as youth in decision making. We are being given opportunity to mount parliament, just to lament and then make noise. All those youth parliaments in Ghana, they don't take part in decision making. It's just to see who is potential for something, but they are not actually taking part in decision making. So I think.
Thank you. Good. Yes.
I think what keeps me awake at night, especially in the university level here, is the rising prices of the high prices of accommodation and academic fees. We have students that have to defer their academic programs simply because of academic fees and this one, accommodation fees. Quite recently, when they released the approved accommodation fees for especially new paint, it was like 4,000. You see that? It's like 40K. So imagine a student coming from the north, for instance, with the father and the mother, they're all farmers, and their annual income is not even up to 2,000 a year. So how will that student be able to cope? And you have to get a comfortable accommodation before you can learn. When all this pressure is in your mind, it affects you academically. So what keeps me awake these days in the night is that the rising prices of especially accommodation and academic fees is mind-blowing.
So would you all like to have free college education? Is that something you'd be interested in? No, you don't want free college education.
Madam, if the government cannot afford to give us free college education, but then it should put aside subsidies so that
one at a time, okay?
If the government cannot afford to give us free colleges, if that will cost too much, at least it should put aside subsidies so that the accommodation fees and the school fees for the tertiary level will be brought to a minimum to help the less privileged to also grow. Because if I'm able to manage my way throughout the university, I think if I start earning a living, I'll help to improve the living standard of my family and improve the nation as a whole. But if this academic fees and accommodation fees pushes me out of the school, I think I'll become a burden to the nation as well.
Thank you. Okay. One last question. Complete this sentence. And I would love to hear from as many. Complete it. So very short, right? My generation will be the one to complete it.
Change Ghana.
Okay. Love that.
Stop talking and then act upon what they want to do.
Ooh, love that. Okay.
Be practical people instead of theorized people.
Ooh, good ones. Who else? Oh, stand. Remember to stand.
I think my generation will be the solution to Ghana than Africa as a whole.
Ooh, love that.
I think my generation will actually give a change to the country, or maybe give a good future of what we think.
To build a new future. Nice. Okay. Here you go.
I think my generation will be the solution to the cries of many Ghanaians who are suffering because of poor governance.
Love it.
My generation, if not take care, would destroy the country. Yes, if not take care, destroy the country.
Okay, great. Pass it to Samara.
I think my generation is the generation to either set a chain of events that can positively impact Ghana or negatively impact Ghana. It starts with us.
Well, I love it. Anybody else want to go? Here, you having, here. What will your generation, complete the sentence. My generation will be the one to
Change the status quo.
keep going. You don't have any wish for your generation?
Okay.
Right.
Our generation will be the one to leave a good legacy that would let everybody lead on the liberation of Africa.
I love it. Wow. Thank you. Did you want to add something? No. Okay. Well, thank you. Oh, you had something to say. Oh, sorry. Go
Be
for
the
it.
change we are looking for.
Be the change we are looking for. Amazing. Wow. Wow. Wow, you guys, I am blown away. What a great conversation. What a fantastic conversation and just great ideas. And this is what we need, right? We don't always have to agree. We can respect each other's opinions, but having this forum to share ideas, that's how we build a new Africa. So I hope today you leave here inspired and optimistic that we can. I want you to know that you can build that future. This key is in your hands. So leave here and go build the Africa that you want. Should we? Will you? Yes, we will. Thank you all so much, everyone.